Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Vinyl Fetish Movie Edition.
Movie edition.
Yeah, we decided to do something different. We're always doing something different.
Well, you decided.
Well, in the middle of the movie theater tonight, I said, we need to do an episode about A Star Is Born.
A review.
A review.
So good.
Okay, so, sweeping the nations of the world. This is the fourth remake, plus one in India that was a Bollywood version a few years ago. 1937 was the original with Frederick March and Janet someone. And then 1954 with Judy Garland. And 1976, the version that most of us of my generation know, which is the Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand version. Huge phenomena.
I like that cover.
Look at that. Babs never looked so rock and roll. And this is the new version starring
Lady Gaga
as Barbara Streisand. I mean, as the ingenue rising star.
Is it Allie in the other one?
No.
What is it?
They changed her name. Esther.
Esser?
Sorry, I had
Okay, alright.
Esther and Bradley Cooper, who directed it, which we didn't know until the very end. And it's his first directorial experience as a director, and wow, good job, Brad, on your first film. So amazing.
Okay, so let's just
I'm leaving it to you.
We'll hear what you have to say.
And we're gonna say there may be some spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, but if you've seen like any of the 3 or 4 other versions, you already know how it ends.
If you haven't seen it, go see it, and then click off and go see it.
Yeah, then come back.
Get a babysitter.
Yeah.
And go see it.
Okay, so tell us. This is your first time seeing any of them. I watched the 1937 one last night, so I had seen all of them.
I know you did.
So I've seen all of them, but you haven't seen any. So tell us, dear.
Yeah, don't scratch me.
Sorry.
First of all, and what?
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I said, come on.
No, that's not acceptable.
Okay. I'm about to tell you what I think about this movie.
Shut up. Okay, so first of all, when you told me that we need to watch A Star Is Born, the 1840s edition, I was like, I don't want to see a movie. I don't want to see this new movie. I don't want to see any movie that I have to see 3 other movies. That is too much effort. And I just didn't feel, I don't know what made me want to go today.
I think someone told you.
Yeah, a dear friend of mine told me. Anyway, we went, and I know it's like getting mixed reviews, but
no, 90% according to Rotten Tomatoes. I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Really? Because Vice hated it.
Oh well, Vice.
They hate everything.
Neo-Nazis.
Anyway, I just thought it was such a film about the truth of the industry, because you have this beautiful man that, oh my god, okay, we're not gonna talk about it too much, but
can I make one comment about Bradley Cooper in this movie? So the first 2 versions, it's about movie stars, and the second 2, this one and the new one, is about music, rock stars, and the guys are, and all 4 of them are horrible alcoholics, just drinking way out, and so the whole story is about one is rising. Well, they're kind of collapsing as the other one is rising, and there are some body shots of Bradley Cooper in this movie, and I can tell you, I've known a few alcoholics. Alcoholics don't have bodies like that.
How do you know? What have you worked
like,
out
what? How was he work out drunk? That is not the body of an alcoholic.
I don't care.
So that was a little disorienting.
Now
okay.
And now you feel like I feel when
you look at me.
There's a bunch of like shots of Megan Fox or whoever the F is popular now, and I'm like, can I just see like a hot guy without a shirt, and can I also see his balls and his whole package?
That part will be edited.
You just bleep me. Anyway, this film is so amazing because it's about the machine of Hollywood. Is it Hollywood?
Well, this is the music industry, not for music.
But it's still Hollywood. Like, there's a music Hollywood.
Well, okay.
For sure. like Ariana
The
Grande,
entertainment.
like all
you
the,
could just say the entertainment
like
industry.
you go through like Disney, and then you get slutty, and then you like have a pop career, and then you do drugs, and then you
go to rehab, and then you have your second act.
But I feel like, first of all, I was rooting for the alcoholic the whole movie. I don't know about you. I didn't like her once she got her little fame. How she kind of forgot about her songwriting and her image, and she just let that go.
Yeah, that's the point. Can I just...
And it kind of seems like seemed like she was okay with it. Like she was okay with not being herself.
You lose yourself in the machine. And there's a lot, there is definitely a lot of truth that a lot of performances turn themselves over to these producers, and they become something other than they were. So the first part of the movie, Bradley Cooper is like a country rock star. It reminded me, the music reminded me of Stillwater, which is the fake band in Almost Famous. But it was really good, and it turns out it was written by Willie Nelson's son. These songs were written by Lucas Nelson.
Good job, Lucas.
Yeah,
Nelson.
amazing music. And then Gaga plays, and she's playing like Elton John level music at the piano. It's so good. Their music is so good. And then she gets turned into this little pop diva, and it's all about dancers and her hair color and being on Saturday Night Live, and it does become what happens, which people start playing the piano and playing true to their heart, and then they become these pop muppets that are just turned into something else. And so you see that. So that was a very believable thing, because there's so many, especially female artists, who get turned into something.
Yes.
So that part was, I thought,
and
was
who
very
decided
real.
to give her Cheeto hair? Like,
I don't
why?
know. I don't know. Maybe
Because she didn't want to be blonde, apparently.
Yeah.
So that was the only option.
What? I can ask you a question. What did you think about all the fucking swearing in it?
I didn't even notice
Bradley Cooper. Every other fucking word is fucking this. Fucking.
I didn't even
oh,
notice.
Gotcha. See, that's because you live with me, but it got to be.
No, it's because you live with me.
It got to be a little annoying. I was just like, because he's trying to be like he's a drunk rebel, and every fucking thing is fucking this, fucking. It was just like every other
Are you
word.
serious? I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, every other word was fucking. It got to be kind of annoying.
I didn't think it was
Trying to be
annoying
how,
at
like,
all.
how-
Why are you annoyed at that?
Well, because as soon as I started
you're
hearing
a grandpa.
I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm just talking about being more authentic and not trying to do an affect of.
I actually didn't even notice that
I did.
at all.
Okay.
So it didn't bother me at all that apparently he sweared.
So what are your other?
Oh, I have notes.
She wrote notes.
Okay, so I just thought his character, I don't know if it's like this in the other films, but it was just so raw. Like, he was just such a, like, I feel like if he, a spoiler, if he hadn't killed, the character hadn't killed himself at the end, we would have somebody like Paul McCartney. Because you know what? You know what? Paul McCartney doesn't answer to anybody.
Right.
He is like at the point where this guy was, where he can call the shots on what he's doing.
And you can have slumps. There's always a second act. That's the thing. And that's the thing about suicide is there's always stuff, when you miss out on all the things that are going to happen if you kill yourself.
Yeah.
So you never know. I mean, there have been times where I was like, oh, screw it. And then I wouldn't have met you.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'm just saying. You never
maybe
know
I'm
what's going to
a
happen. No. No,
anyway,
not a slump.
you know, like John Lennon had his, you know, he was wearing tampons on his forehead or something
That's
like
true.
that, right?
The troubadour.
And
So, and one of the things is Bradley Cooper's older brother is played by Sam Elliott, the great cowboy.
I would also date him.
Yeah, he's like 100 years old.
I don't care. He's so cute.
And Bradley Cooper talks like he has a completely different voice. It's not his voice, and I realized that he's doing Sam Elliott. It's like he talks very different. Like the dude abides. He has this whole different way. He like really becomes the character.
Because he's always drunk. Obviously, that's a part of it too.
I know, but it's just he sinks into the
slurring
character
his
to believe
words.
it. And we were, which the film should make you not want to have a drink, but right after it was over, we went immediately to the bar and some whiskey.
Well, it is a bit triggering if you've had somebody that, you know, committed suicide
There were
that you
people
loved.
sobbing openly
Because
in
we
that
heard
scene.
some...
Yeah. There were some people who were really torn up. I mean, it is very emotional. And her end scene, which is similar to Barbra Streisand's end scene. I mean, all 4 versions have a very dramatic end scene that is just like, ugh. But this was, that Gaga version at the end, and she looks right at the camera right at the end, just like at the end in the 1937 version. And it's just, bam. It is like a film moment. We'll be talking about that film moment. It'll be one of those scenes that people try to recreate. That end scene. And, you know, I think by this point everybody kind of knows how it unfolds.
Well, you know, I feel like he chose the perfect partner, or the perfect co-star.
Yeah.
Because Lady Gaga started in New York, and she started in little clubs, and she knows the whole way, you know, she knows the whole way up.
Right, right.
And so he really picked the right person to do this with.
Yeah, there was an attempt to recreate this movie, make a new version about 10 years ago or 8 years ago. Clint Eastwood directing with Beyonce and Will Smith. And I think that would have been such a dramatically different movie than this. It would have been cool, but so you know what I was thinking about this movie?
What?
So the story is there's this aged formerly great guy who's on his way down, who meets a young, talented, beautiful person who's on her way up. It's totally our movie. It's totally our story. I was like, I was the professor, and now you're the professor, and I just lie around drinking Jack Daniels all day long. Well, not really, but
no.
It just seemed, I was like, oh my gosh, is this how it's going to end?
Well,
you're going to be like accepting an award, some academic award, and you're going to say, I'm Mrs. Professor Randy Blazak. And
you're
like
drunk.
Swinging in the back.
You're pissing yourself on stage.
Oh, that scene. There's a scene at the Grammys. The original one was at the Oscars in the 37 version, but this is at the Grammys. That is, you're just cringing. It's just so...
It's such a good scene, though.
It's so good. There's so many great scenes in it. Great soundtrack. I think we'll be picking up the soundtrack. Hope it's on vinyl.
Yeah. So I'll just say one last thing about it. Is that I love music. You love music. I love music. We love music so much. And this was really... It was so special because of the commentary that it had about the music industry.
Yeah, sure.
And how you can have such a great guy. Obviously, we all have issues. We all have vices. Right? Everybody does. And so there's this talented guy that's like top of his game, does whatever he wants, like brings up a chick, and if he wants to play with a chick. But then he gets to see like the other side that's like more popular than what he's doing, and it kind of gets to him.
Yeah, it gets to him. He can't he can't stay off the wagon because it gets to him so bad. Not that just that it's his partner, Lady Gaga.
But
Ellie?
he also...
What's her name? Ellie in it?
Allie. But I also feel like he felt for her that she was getting dragged up.
Yeah.
But she was still getting dragged up. You're getting dragged up into this like weird world where you're not yourself.
I mean, that scene where she's performing on Saturday Night Live and he's watching her and he's just like happy for her,
but not.
But also, what is this
like,
thing that they created?
What lyrics is that? Like he even says that. Like, what are you singing?
It's very, very much how the business works. I think you're right on the money.
It's like if I become like, I don't know, what would you hate that if I became a
prostitute?
What if I made... Okay. I was thinking...
I would really hate that. Where's your wife? She's working.
I was thinking more like a real estate agent.
Oh, God. It's even worse. Sorry, real estate agents.
No, but like, you know, you have to kind of sell your soul to people. That's not really you. Some people are really good at that, but most people, that's not them. So I really feel like I really loved watching his journey of destruction because it was so painful.
Yeah, and completely understandable, and you see it, and you're just sort of hoping that even if you've seen all 3 other versions, you're hoping, come on, man, come on.
You feel so much for him.
Take a few years off and then have a comeback album.
Yeah. And he's just sexy as hell, so.
Lady Gaga's boobs were also on display quite a bit during the movie.
What about her face?
Well, come on. Her face is wonderful too. I love her. I am a secret monster or whatever they're called.
Little monster.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She is wonderful.
Yeah. So there you go. We're so excited about this movie. Really well done. I think it'll win an award or two.
Maybe.
Cool.
We'll see.
Go see it.
Yeah, go see it.
You can tell people how it ends because everybody knows. Except for the people that were sobbing in the theater. Why didn't anybody tell me he dies?
Anyway.
Okay.
Till next time.
Please comment. Which version do you like the best? Are you more partial to Judy Garland than Lady Gaga?